And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Today is a special day. I'm feeling really good today because we recently just hit 10 subs and we've almost hit 1,000 views in total over the course of 5 videos. And that means a lot to us. It means a lot to the channel, and I'm really excited for what is ahead for us. And I'm feeling really good right now. I just want to say thank you to you guys. Thank you so much for the views, the support, the likes, the comments, the subscribers. You know, I'm just really thankful for you guys. I want to say thank you so much, and let's get on to the commentary. So today we're going to start a new type of video. We're going to do a commentary over gameplay. As you can see, there's Shadow of Mordor gameplay and my commentary over it. I'm going to do today's commentary. I'm going to do about NCAA football because it's the off season. The season ended in January. The national championship was, I think, January 17th or something like that. It was Clemson versus Alabama. Sadly, Alabama won. I'm not a SEC fan, Pac-12 fan. I'm from the Pacific Northwest, so, you know, I'm a homer. Anyways, today's topic, I want to talk about Group of 5 conference schools and why they should move to a separate division, like FCS, FBS. You know how they're separated. I think the higher end FCS schools should join a division or a league with lower level FBS schools like Old Dominion, Wyoming, those kind of schools. North Dakota State and Wyoming, you know, playing the same conferences and stuff like that. And I think that would help a lot because then they actually have a chance to compete at a higher level in their own division. So Houston, for example, they're a Group of 5 conference school. I think they could compete. They are able to compete actually because they won a BC or New Year's Six Bowl, they call it right now, against Florida State, and that's really interesting because that's a rarity nowadays to have a Group of 5 conference school actually win a game, especially in a or not a BCS bowl, but a New Year's Six Bowl against a Power 5 conference school. That's really interesting. But if they do actually join a separate league, then they can actually compete for a national title game. They either do that, if they did that, or they can expand the college football playoff, but that's always going to happen. But I think it should be different. I think it should be smaller leagues because having like 130 schools in one league, you know, there's major power differences, and like the power that Alabama has versus the power that Eastern Michigan has. It's completely different because Alabama is a 5-star national championship winning school, whereas Eastern Michigan is a school that I don't think they made a bowl game in like 10 years. So, you know, it's interesting to have. I think it'd be interesting to have Eastern Michigan and, you know, the Sun Belt teams and all those teams. Maybe not Appalachian State because Appalachian State did really good actually. And then they have the ability to advance into the next division. You can have FCS, the FBS, and one in between that has higher level FCS schools but lower level FBS schools. You know, have that be one conference or one division or one league, I should say, and they compete for their own national championship. And that would fix a lot of problems that FCS schools have playing, like lower level FCS schools wouldn't have to play North Dakota State, which in my opinion is a school that could compete. If they were in the Big 12 or they were in, you know, a Power 5 conference school, they'd be 8. They wouldn't be, you know, be 8-4 and win a bowl game and be 9-4 because they're a really good roster. They got a good group of recruits. They get the rejects, but the rejects are really good. That's the reason why North Dakota State's really good. But it's kind of off topic. Yeah, if they had a separate division, then it would fix the problem immensely. Then schools would have a chance to compete because Boise State, although they actually kind of did compete for a national championship. If they were in another division, they can. Schools like that can, and they can move up once they, you know, prove themselves in this division, and then they won't have to be worried about whether or not they can compete in the FBS because they have been able to compete at a fairly high level up until this point. You know, they don't have that problem. The only other way that this problem could be solved is it's gonna happen. This wouldn't solve the problem of lower level schools having to compete with a really high level school. This does solve the problem of higher level Group of 5 conference schools not having the chance to compete at a higher level. because I mean at a national championship level, they like compete for an actual national championship because it's really difficult for Houston to actually compete for one, and it was especially hard for Boise State because they had to be in the top two, and that's really next to impossible. As a Group of Five conference school, it's next to impossible to be in the top two. It's a lot better in other sports because in like basketball and NCAA basketball, you can actually compete in a tournament and you can work your way up through the tournament. So it's a lot easier to have a Cinderella story in basketball than it is for football because in basketball, the playoff system is huge. There's like what 100 and something teams, or no, there's 64 teams, but it was actually I think there's 68 teams or something like that. There's not 114. I don't know why I said that, but there's like 68 teams in March Madness, and they all compete for a national championship in the tournament. It's a lot better than having only 4 teams or only having 2 teams, but that's basketball, so it's a lot different. But if they do expand the playoff system in general, just have it be instead of 4 teams, like 20 teams, then that would solve a really important problem. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for all the support. I would love to hear your opinions on this matter. Please comment down below what you think. Open up discussion. Just be civilized. Don't act like an idiot. But anyways, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys later.